Hello everyone, and welcome to another StoreCraft 2 casting with your host HNN. Today's casting is a tips and trick tutorial for Terran players, and we are playing against a Protoss player today. His name is Dindum. He is a Diamond League player, ranked around 70 whenever I last played him. And our strategy for today is something you should never do on another map. This strategy only works on this map, Steps of War, and if you've guessed it already, it is the Mega Marine Rush. You never want to do this against a Protoss player. The only time it works is on this map, because this map is actually set up very well to do a Mega Marine Rush, and it works against many Protoss players, and I will show you guys why it works. First off, let me explain to you why it doesn't work. The main reason it doesn't work against a Protoss player is because once a Protoss player gets Stalkers, he can micromanage his way around your Marines, because Stalkers run faster. They have a range of 6, and Marines have a range of 5. So you never really want to fight Stalkers head on, especially if your Protoss player is competent. He can pretty much own you. So anyway, let us go back to what our basic build order for a Mega Marine Rush. I'm sure many of you remember. You can just go back to the other videos and check them out. If not, it's just basically building about 5 barracks and rushing the opponent with as many Marines as possible to swamp him. And one of the things you want to do when you get your first few Marines is you want to scout up here. So when you get your Marines, many Protoss players like to put a pylon up here so that they can warp their units in and attack you. So just go ahead and go up there with your first few Marines and scout. So anyway, though, it looks like he's scouting me right here, but it's not really a big deal. I don't believe he knows what's gonna go down on this map, actually, because he's probably never seen it before. Actually, I believe most people have never seen it before. So anyway, one of the main reasons a Mega Marine Rush works on this map is because of these bushes right here. These bushes play a key role to the main reason why Mega Marine Rush works. And that reason is because a Protoss player cannot see behind the bushes. So in order for his Stalkers to hit any of your troops behind the bushes, he has to walk across the bushes. And behind the bushes is where we keep our Marines. So when we make Marines, we want to set up our Marines right here, because when the Protoss player comes through the bushes, all our Marines will pop them all at once. And that is the main reason why it works on this map. You don't want to try it on any other map, or you probably won't win. So let's see what our Protoss player is doing. It looks like he is going for some type of gate rush, and I guess that's expectable because this map is pretty small. So we will see if a 3-4 gate rush works against a Mega Marine Rush. I believe we are going to build about 4 or 5 barracks. So anyway, let me speed up to some of the good part. I believe he scouted me already, so let me speed up to something a little more interesting. You probably noticed my Marines are going to scout right here, like I explained earlier, because many Protoss players like to put a pylon right here. And they are also going to grab this watchtower just to check for any pylons around this area, because sometimes Protoss players like to put a pylon around here to warp in units. So anyway, barracks is being forwarded. Forwarding barracks doesn't really work so well against Protoss players because their Stalkers can hit it from a range, and your Marines won't be able to hit the Stalker. But we're not too worried about that on this map, because we are just going to put our Marines behind these bushes, and our Ratchets are being forwarded for the purpose of being able to gather reinforcements faster against the Protoss player. So that is why I am putting a barracks up here. Let's look at the unit count and see what's going on. It looks like I have a fairly good number of units, and let us look at the army count. Looks like he is actually ahead in the army count. What, mineral resources, something like that? Alright, looks like a battle is about to go on its way. And we will see how Marines do against a Protoss player. I'm sure most of you know already, Marines don't work too well against Stalkers. Let me turn on the board tab. Check out the units lost to see who's actually winning this. As you can tell, he's a fairly competent Protoss player because he knows how to micromanage his Stalkers by moving them back and forth so they don't get hurt by the Marines, taking advantage of his speed and his range. So he's a fairly competent Protoss player. So trying to pop off his Stalkers is pretty hard because he will be able to destroy most of our units before we can actually finish one Stalker. So anyway, we know we've been had and we can't really kill all these stalkers, so we gotta retreat, and we are retreating to our bushes. Pretty much gonna sneak attack him when he doesn't expect it. He believes he can actually win the game right now, but what he doesn't know is there's a trap waiting for him inside of the bushes. Here we go! Let's pop off some stalkers! So as you can tell, it works fairly well, and looks like he's coming back for some more, trying to test it out again. He's not going to be able to break through this. His only advantage is using his speed and his range against our Marines. So there's no way he can actually break behind the bushes. It's actually a pretty good strategy. You guys can probably use it yourself. Alright, let's see. He is going for 4 gates. Probably because he thinks we're going to try and swamp him. Let me fast forward to maybe something interesting. One of the things about, if you want to play a Protoss player normally, you want to go straight for a starport after your first field barracks. In my case, I built 4, and then I went straight for a starport. Because you want to get your medevacs, they help your army out a lot. I guess let me explain a little bit how I play against a Protoss player. I use my Marines as my basic damage unit, and I use the Marauder to slow the enemy down. Because most of the time when I'm fighting a Protoss player, and if I have a larger army than him, he basically just tries to run away from me because my Marines can't catch up. So I need like 1 or 2 Marauders to slow his stalkers down, and I can pop them off. And I believe I am building Marauders right now, so this will actually help my army some more. But after you get your barracks, you want to go straight for a starport. I don't believe you need anything from a factory because you're basically M&M bar is very powerful with medevacs, and I believe it's actually more powerful than a 4-gate once you get your medevacs. So anyway, let me see what else is going on. Let's check the army count. Actually, it is pretty even. Okay, what I'm doing right here is I am bringing up my barracks. I am trying to end the game right now by making as many Marines as possible and bring up my barracks. What the purpose of my barracks is so I can see above this cliff. Because what I noticed is he likes to retreat a lot and hide behind the cliff. He's a fairly smart player. That's what you should do if you know you're outnumbered. So he's going to hide behind the cliff, and I'm going to use my barracks as vision to try and pop his stalkers off. But what I really need is I need some Marauders to help me pop them off up the cliff. Let's see if I'm making any Marauders at the moment. Production. I got 1 Marauder, but that should be good enough. Oops, let's check out the unit loss count. It's actually pretty even. If only I had my Marauders, it would probably win the game right now. We got 1 Marauder coming. He's got a bigger army than me right now by about 6 units, I think. So anyway, I don't believe the shadows behind the bushes is going to work anymore because he finally got his observers behind him. But I also have my Marauders, so now he won't be able to run away from me. All I need is to pop a Marauder once, and pop a stalker once, and he won't be able to run away from me. Looks like a fairly even battle for me right now. Alright, let's go back to my base and see what's going on over here. I am basically just going straight for the starport and just trying to micromanage my way through this battle. Oh yeah, I got stim earlier. I guess I forgot to mention that. And that is why he lost so many more units to me and units lost. Okay, let me fast forward to something more interesting. Basically, we're just trying to play smart right now and see whoever messes up. That's why it's just going back and forth so much. It would have helped him a lot if he would have got Colossi or High Templars, but I'm not sure if he would have been possible for him to get it because I was pushing so hard with Marines and Marauders. Retreating back to my safe haven. Can't touch me there. Alright, game's gonna end pretty soon. Let me fast forward to the good stuff. Clearly out of minerals here, and I believe he should be almost out of minerals too. But the game should be ending pretty soon because I have my medevacs coming in. And once I have my medevacs, I don't believe he has anything that can really stand a chance against my army composition. Fast forward a little bit. Looks like he has one upgrade. And here we go, 3 medevacs. Protoss 4 gate won't be able to stand a chance against Marine Marauder and medevac. Basically, Marine Marauder and medevac is slightly more powerful than a Protoss 4 gate. So you want to go straight for your medevacs if you're playing against a Protoss player. And let's see how well it works. Let's see what the army count was. It was actually pretty even, but he didn't stand a chance because it had Sim and medevacs. Oh, and I'm already mining for my expansion. I don't believe he is mining yet. Here comes the final push. There we go. This is basically a Mega Marine Rush on the steps of war. Well, actually, it's not a Mega Marine Rush anymore because we had to transition our way out of it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the game, and I'll see you in my next video. This is H&N signing out.